Welcome back, Rare Coin Insider. Imagine holding a small coin in the palm of your hand and wondering whether that tiny piece of metal could tell a story that stretches across generations of American history. The 2006 Roosevelt dime is one of those fascinating coins that many people overlook every single day. It passes through cash registers, pockets, coin jars, and collections without attracting much attention, yet behind its small size lies an incredible history connected to one of America's most influential presidents, decades of coin production, and a collecting hobby that has captivated millions of people around the world. While most 2006 dimes are worth only their face value of 10 cents, certain examples in exceptional condition, rare error varieties, and highly graded specimens have attracted significant attention from collectors, who are always searching for hidden treasures among ordinary circulation coins. The Roosevelt dime series began in 1946, shortly after the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Roosevelt was widely admired for leading the United States through the Great Depression and much of World War II. His efforts in supporting the fight against polio through the March of Dimes campaign created a strong connection between Roosevelt and the dime denomination. As a result, the United States Mint chose to honor him by placing his portrait on the 10-cent coin, replacing the Mercury dime design that had been used for decades. Since then, Roosevelt's image has remained on the dime, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. The 2006 Roosevelt dime was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the most historic minting facilities in the United States. The letter P indicates that the coin was struck in Philadelphia. Unlike earlier decades when Philadelphia coins often lack mint marks, modern dimes proudly display the P mint mark, allowing collectors to identify where the coin was produced. Millions upon millions of dimes were struck at Philadelphia in 2006, making the coin extremely common in circulation. However, as experienced collectors know, even common coins can become valuable when certain factors such as condition, striking quality, minting errors, or unusual characteristics come into play. The weight of the 2006 Roosevelt dime is 2.268 grams. This precise weight is important because it reflects the coin's metallic composition and manufacturing standards. Since 1965, Roosevelt dimes have been produced using a clad composition rather than silver. The coin consists of outer layers made primarily of copper and nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This composition gives the coin durability and allows it to withstand years of circulation while maintaining its recognizable appearance. The diameter measures 17.91 millimeters, and the coin features a reeded edge, a design element consisting of small grooves around the circumference. These reeds not only enhance the appearance of the coin, but historically helped prevent precious metal shaving and counterfeiting. Looking closely at the obverse side of the 2006 Roosevelt dime reveals a detailed portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left. Above his portrait appears the word Liberty, one of the most recognizable inscriptions found on United States coinage. The phrase "In God We Trust" is positioned to the left of Roosevelt's neck, while the year 2006 appears below. The small P mint mark can be found near the date, identifying Philadelphia as the coin's place of production. Every design element serves a purpose, reflecting American values, historical traditions, and artistic craftsmanship that have evolved through generations of coin production. Turning the coin over reveals the reverse design, which features a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch. These symbols carry deep meaning. The torch represents liberty and enlightenment. The olive branch symbolizes peace. The oak branch represents strength and independence. Together, these elements create a powerful visual representation of American ideals. Around the reverse design appear the inscriptions United States of America, one dime, and E pluribus unum, the Latin phrase meaning, out of many, one. These inscriptions reinforce the coin's role as both a practical piece of currency and a symbolic representation of national identity. For most people, a 2006p dime is simply worth 10 cents. However, coin collectors understand that value depends on much more than denomination alone. Condition plays a critical role in determining market value. Coins are graded on a scale ranging from poor to mint state. A heavily circulated dime showing extensive wear may never be worth more than face value, but a pristine example preserved since the day it left the mint could command a significant premium. Professional grading services carefully evaluate factors such as luster, strike quality, surface preservation, and overall eye appeal when assigning grades. One of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is the hunt for mint errors. During the production process, mistakes can occasionally occur, creating unique coins that differ from standard issues. Collectors actively search for off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, die cracks, missing clad layers, and other unusual varieties. If a 2006p Roosevelt dime exhibits a significant minting error verified by experts, its value could increase dramatically compared to an ordinary example. Error coins provide tangible evidence of the manufacturing process and often become prized additions to specialized collections. Many people hear stories about ordinary-looking coins selling for astonishing amounts of money and begin examining their spare change more closely. While headlines sometimes mention values reaching thousands or even millions of dollars, such prices are usually associated with extremely rare circumstances involving unique errors, historical significance, or exceptionally preserved specimens. Claims of a 2006p dime being worth $61 million should be approached with caution. No verified public sale of a standard 2006p Roosevelt dime has reached such a figure. Nevertheless, sensational stories often inspire people to learn more about coin collecting and discover the fascinating factors that influence value. The coin market operates according to supply, demand, rarity, and collector interest. When a coin exists in large quantities, value tends to remain modest. However, if only a small number of examples survive in elite condition, competition among collectors can drive prices higher. Modern coins such as the 2006p dime are generally abundant, but finding flawless examples with exceptional eye appeal becomes increasingly difficult. Coins graded at the very highest levels can command surprisingly strong premiums because so few specimens achieve those standards. Collectors often examine their dimes under magnification, searching for details that might otherwise go unnoticed. Tiny doubling on lettering, unusual die markers, or striking anomalies can transform an ordinary coin into a noteworthy discovery. Patience, knowledge, and attention to detail are essential qualities in the hobby. Experienced numismatists frequently spend years studying coin series, learning to identify subtle characteristics that separate common pieces from valuable varieties. Another factor influencing value is the concept of population reports. Professional grading companies maintain databases showing how many coins have received particular grades. If only a handful of 2006p dimes have been certified at the highest grade levels, those coins may attract substantial collector interest. Registry set competitions, where collectors attempt to assemble the finest graded sets possible, can further increase demand for top-quality examples. As a result, a coin worth only 10 cents in circulation could potentially be worth hundreds of dollars if preserved in extraordinary condition and certified accordingly. The history of the Philadelphia Mint adds another layer of interest to the 2006p Roosevelt dime. Established in the 18th century, the Philadelphia Mint played a crucial role in the development of American coinage. Generations of engravers, mint workers, and engineers contributed to producing billions of coins that facilitated commerce throughout the nation. Every 2006p dime represents a continuation of this long tradition, connecting modern collectors with centuries of monetary history. coin collecting remains one of the world's most accessible hobbies because treasures can potentially be discovered anywhere. People search through pocket change, bank rolls, inherited collections, and forgotten jars filled with coins accumulated over years. The excitement comes from the possibility that an overlooked piece may possess unexpected value or historical significance. Even when a coin proves common, the process of learning about its background often becomes rewarding in its own right. Many collectors enjoy assembling date and mint-marked sets of Roosevelt dimes. Such collections trace the evolution of the series across decades, reflecting changes in minting technology, economic conditions, and design modifications. The 2006 P issue occupies its own place within this timeline, representing the early 21st century and the continuing production of one of America's most familiar coin series. As the years pass, fewer pristine examples remain untouched. Coins enter circulation, suffer wear, acquire scratches, and lose their original mint luster. This gradual decline in condition means that carefully preserved specimens may become increasingly desirable to future collectors. Proper storage techniques, including protective holders and controlled environments, help maintain a coin's condition and long-term collectability. The world of numismatics combines history, art, economics, metallurgy, and detective work into a single fascinating pursuit. A simple dime can lead collectors into studies of presidential history, mint operations, design symbolism, and market dynamics. The 2006 P. Roosevelt dime may appear ordinary at first glance, but its story reflects broader themes in American culture and coinage. Every coin begins its journey at the mint, where blank metal discs known as planchets are prepared, struck between dies, inspected, and released into circulation. Once a 2006 P dime left the Philadelphia Mint, it could have traveled anywhere across the nation. It may have been exchanged countless times, saved in collections, lost and recovered, or preserved untouched in government-issued mint sets. Each individual coin follows its own unique path through history. For collectors hoping to determine whether their 2006 P dime is valuable, careful examination is essential. Look for sharp details, original luster, minimal marks, and any unusual characteristics that could indicate an error variety. Professional grading may be worthwhile for coins appearing exceptionally well preserved. Although most examples remain common, the possibility of discovering something special continues to attract collectors to the hobby year after year. And that enduring sense of discovery is perhaps the greatest value of all. The 2006 P. Roosevelt dime serves as a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry remarkable stories. Whether worth 10 cents, a few dollars, or substantially more in exceptional circumstances, each coin represents a tangible connection to American history, craftsmanship, and the endless fascination of numismatic exploration. For collectors, every dime examined is another opportunity to uncover a hidden detail, learn something new, and participate in a tradition that has inspired generations of treasure hunters around the world. As collectors continue exploring the story of the 2006 P. Roosevelt dime, one of the most interesting realities is that value in the coin market is often determined by details invisible to the average person. Two dimes may appear identical at first glance, yet one could be worth only 10 cents while another may sell for dozens or even hundreds of dollars because of a tiny difference in condition, strike quality, or rarity. This is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every coin has the potential to tell a story, and every detail matters. When the United States Mint produced the 2006 P. Roosevelt dime, the process involved highly sophisticated machinery capable of striking hundreds of coins every minute. Massive coils of metal were rolled into sheets, from which blank planchets were punched. These planchets were cleaned, polished, and prepared before being fed into coin presses. Under immense pressure, The obverse and reverse dies stamp the design onto each blank planchet, transforming it into legal tender. Although the process was highly efficient, no manufacturing operation is perfect. Small variations inevitably occurred, creating subtle differences among individual coins. Collectors often focus on strike quality, because not every coin receives the same level of detail during production. A well-struck dime displays sharp features throughout Roosevelt's hair, facial contours, lettering, and reverse design elements. Weakly struck examples may show softer details, particularly in high points of the design. While this difference might seem minor, advanced collectors frequently pay premiums for examples exhibiting exceptional strike quality. Another important factor is original mint luster. When a coin leaves the mint, microscopic flow lines created during striking reflect light in a distinctive manner. This creates the brilliant cartwheel effect that collectors love to see. As coins circulate, this luster gradually disappears due to friction and handling. Finding a 2006p dime that still retains full original luster years after production can be surprisingly difficult. Such coins often attract greater interest from collectors seeking superior specimens. Many collectors dream of discovering a dramatic mint error. Imagine finding a dime struck significantly off-center, with part of the design missing and a blank crescent visible along one edge. Such errors occur when a planchet is not properly aligned during striking. Depending on the severity and visual appeal of the error, values can increase substantially. Another sought-after error involves doubled dies, where design elements appear duplicated because of imperfections during die creation. These varieties can sometimes become famous within the collecting community and remain in demand for decades. Clipped planchets represent another fascinating category of errors. Before striking, planchets are punched from metal strips. Occasionally, a blank overlaps an area already punched, resulting in a curved section missing from the finished coin. These clipped coins are instantly recognizable and highly collectible. Missing clad layer errors can also occur, producing coins with unusual coloration and reduced weight. Such pieces offer tangible evidence of the complex manufacturing process behind modern coinage. Collectors frequently search through rolls obtained from banks in hopes of finding unusual varieties. This practice, known as coin roll hunting, remains popular because it combines affordability with the possibility of discovery. Thousands of dimes may be examined before a noteworthy find appears, but the thrill of uncovering something special keeps enthusiasts motivated. Even experienced collectors never know what might appear in the next roll. The grading process represents another crucial aspect of determining value. Professional grading services use strict standards to evaluate coins. Grades such as MS63, MS65, MS67, and higher indicate progressively better preservation. The difference between grades can dramatically affect market value. A coin with only a few additional marks may receive a lower grade and consequently be worth significantly less than a nearly flawless counterpart. Because grading requires expertise, collectors often submit promising coins to professional services for authentication and certification. Registry set collecting has become increasingly popular in recent decades. Participants compete to assemble the highest graded sets possible, often paying strong premiums for coins that improve their rankings. Even modern issues, like the 2006p Roosevelt dime, can become valuable at the highest grade levels, because so few examples survive in truly flawless condition. A coin that once circulated unnoticed may eventually become a prized component of an elite collection. The Roosevelt dime series itself serves as a historical timeline. Coins minted during different years reflect changing technologies, economic conditions, and minting practices. The 2006p issue emerged during an era when digital technology had transformed many aspects of coin production. Quality control standards were more advanced than those available to earlier generations of mint workers, Yet the fundamental purpose remained unchanged, creating reliable coinage for everyday commerce. One reason Roosevelt remains on the dime today is the lasting impact of his presidency. He guided the nation through extraordinary challenges, including economic hardship and global conflict. His association with the March of Dimes campaign created a natural connection to the 10-cent denomination. Every Roosevelt dime struck since 1946 continues this tribute, making the coin both a practical piece of currency and a memorial to a significant historical figure. Market values fluctuate over time. Collector demand rises and falls, economic conditions change, and new discoveries influence prices. A coin considered common today may receive renewed attention tomorrow if researchers identify a previously overlooked variety. For this reason, many collectors stay informed through coin publications, auction results, and numismatic organizations. Knowledge often proves just as valuable as the coins themselves. One of the most remarkable aspects of coin collecting is its accessibility. Expensive hobbies often require large investments, but coin collecting can begin with nothing more than pocket change. A child receiving a handful of coins can start a collection, learn history, develop observational skills, and experience the excitement of discovery. Many lifelong collectors trace their passion back to a single coin that sparked curiosity years earlier. The 2006 Roosevelt dime may never achieve legendary status comparable to famous rarities, but it remains an important part of the broader numismatic landscape. It represents a specific moment in American coinage history, produced during a period of technological advancement and economic stability. Each surviving example serves as a miniature historical artifact that can be studied, collected, and appreciated. As decades pass, collectors of future generations may view early 21st century coinage differently than we do today. Coins that seem common now may become increasingly interesting simply because fewer high-quality examples remain available. This long-term perspective encourages many collectors to preserve modern coins carefully, recognizing that tomorrow's rarities often begin as today's ordinary issues. The fascination surrounding coin values often captures public imagination. Stories circulate about people discovering valuable coins in change, inherited collections, or forgotten containers. While extraordinary finds are uncommon, they are not impossible. These stories remind us that treasures can sometimes hide in plain sight. A simple glance at a dime may reveal nothing unusual, but closer examination could uncover a detail overlooked by countless previous owners. Ultimately, the true significance of the 2006 Roosevelt dime extends beyond its monetary value. It represents craftsmanship, history, symbolism, and the enduring appeal of collecting. Whether worth face value or considerably more, every coin offers an opportunity to connect with the past and appreciate the remarkable journey of American coinage. And that brings us to the most important lesson of all. The next time you receive a dime and change, don't dismiss it as merely 10 cents. Take a closer look. Examine the date, the mint mark, the condition, and the details. You might be holding a coin that has traveled thousands of miles, passed through countless hands, and quietly witnessed years of history. Perhaps it is simply an ordinary dime, or perhaps it contains a feature that makes it special. The only way to know is to look. Because in the world of coin collecting, the greatest treasures are not always the rarest or the most expensive. Sometimes the greatest treasure is the discovery itself, the moment when an ordinary object suddenly becomes extraordinary. The 2006 Roosevelt dime reminds us that history, value, and fascination can exist in the smallest places. Every coin has a story, every collection has a beginning, and every collector starts with a single piece. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep looking through your change, because the next incredible discovery could already be waiting in the palm of your hand.